Soundbytes. Quick clips, long-term learning.
So the FAST exam stands for a focused assessment with sonography for trauma. It is a quick bedside ultrasound that can detect free fluid in the abdomen, pelvis, or the pericardium. Its most common indication is for an unstable patient, but it can also be used in non-trauma situations, like using it for an assessment for a ruptured ectopic or tamponade. The EFAST is just the extra lung views, which can assess for pneumothorax and hemothorax.
Perfect. So let's walk through how to get the images. But before we do that, let's talk about probe selection. What probe do you use?
So you can either use the curvilinear or the phase array probe. The curvilinear does give you a wider field of view, but the phase array probe will get between the rib spaces better. Honestly, it just comes down to what is available to you, but either one can be used for these scans.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of departments only have phased array, so if that's available to you, you have to use it. So walk us through your technique in the right upper quadrant.
So for the right upper quadrant, we are going to place the probe in the mid-axillary line at about the 8th to 11th rib spaces with the indicator pointing towards the patient's head. You can sweep through to visualize the liver, the right kidney, and the diaphragm. The goal for this view is not just to find Morrison's pouch, but also you don't want to forget to sweep inferiorly to include the liver tip, which is one of the most sensitive areas for free fluid. For Morrison's pouch, the free fluid will appear as an anechoic collection, and it'll look like a stripe between the kidney and the liver.
And what about the other views? So let's do the left upper quadrant.
So the left upper quadrant is similar to the right upper quadrant, but you want to place the probe more posteriorly and superiorly. It's typically at the posterior axillary line, and the best way to get a good view of it is put your knuckles to the bed. And in this view, you'll see the spleen, the left kidney, and the diaphragm. Often here, you'll mostly see the free fluid collection between the spleen and the diaphragm.
Great. What about the pelvis?
So for the pelvis, you want to place it above the pubic symphysis, and you want to get both transverse and longitudinal planes. In the transverse plane, you want the probe marker to be to the patient's right side, and then the longitudinal, you want the probe marker to be towards the patient's head. You want to also make sure that you decrease the gain in the far field just to avoid any false negatives. In males, you want to look posterior to the bladder in the rectovesical pouch, and in females, you want to check the pouch of Douglas, which is behind the uterus.
Great. And the last of our 4 standard FAST exam views is the subxiphoid.
So the subxiphoid view, you want to angle the probe, and once again, you can use either the curvilinear or the phase array probe. Sometimes the phase array is easier, but depends on what you have. But you want it under the xiphoid, and you want it almost completely flat. The goal is to identify any pericardial fluid, and if that window is bad, you can use a parasternal or apical window.
Yeah, and there's also the concept of the EFAST or extended FAST. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so the EFAST essentially just adds the lungs to the FAST exam. If you are scanning the front of the chest, you want to go to the anterior chest and the midclavicular line. Absence of lung sliding, which you can quantify using M mode, you would see a barcode sign, and that could indicate pneumothorax. And if you see free fluid in the thorax, that could potentially indicate hemothorax.
So what are some of the common pitfalls when they're doing the FAST exam?
So common pitfalls, there's a couple of big ones. Having incomplete views, like not seeing the tip of the liver when you're doing the right upper quadrant, or missing small pockets of fluid. You can also mistake normal structures or fluid for pathology when it's just normal variation. Too much gain or too little depth can obscure the view for free fluid. And then forgetting that a single FAST doesn't rule out injury. So small bleeds or retroperitoneal injuries may not be detected. In terms of test performance, the FAST exam has a sensitivity around 70 to 85% and specificity of 95 to 100%, which is why serial FAST exams are sometimes indicated if your suspicion remains high.
Great. So in an unstable trauma patient, if you see the fluid, how do you interpret that?
In the context of trauma, especially if it is an unstable patient, we want to assume that it's blood until proven otherwise. So the patient should be prepped for the OR or have serial FAST exams done.
All right, great. Thanks for walking us through that, Rukh. Can you summarize the exam and some key points?
Sure. So the FAST is a rapid bedside ultrasound that looks for free fluid in the peritoneal, pericardial, and pleural spaces. The most sensitive area in the right upper quadrant is Morrison's pouch and the liver tip, but you have to make sure that you sweep through all your windows. The EFAST will add the chest component, which includes the lung views to evaluate for pneumothorax. The exam overall is highly specific, but only moderately sensitive, so a negative exam doesn't rule out an injury. In unstable trauma patients, any free fluid should be assumed to be blood and managed surgically.
Soundbytes. Quick clips, long-term learning. This soundbite is a shorter, digestible segment taken from our monthly Soundcheck podcast. For the full episode, Check out the podcast on YouTube at youtube.com/MedStar Emergency Physicians or visit mepsono.com.